Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are going to start a new topic about equity, equality, and efficiency. We studied about efficiency in our very first lesson. Like efficiency means about the economic efficiency when resources are allocated in such a way that market has produced those goods and services which are demanded by the consumers. So that means the efficiency that market forces will achieve the economic efficiency when it is producing those goods which are demanded by the consumers. But market may not have the right goods to be produced in right quantities. That market may not be able to deliver economic efficiency. That's why it causes the market failure. We studied in detail about the merit goods, demerit goods, and public goods externalities. So efficiency, when it is not delivered by the market forces or demand and supply, so there will be market failure, and that required what? The government intervention, which we also studied in detail, how government can intervene to bring in economic efficiency. Now the other aim of the government, other objective of the government is to bring in equity. Equity means what? Equity, you might have studied it in your accounting subject, that is called the equity market or shares market, the stock exchange market, where shares are bought and sold in the market. That market is called equity market. But right now in economics we are not talking about the shares, although it has the same meaning as well in economics. But right now we talk about equity means fairness. What does it mean? Fairness. Fairness means that whatever the resources or the income of the people is there, we should have a fair distribution of income and wealth in the economy. Fair means what? If someone deserves more income, the government should pay him more in terms of cash, more in terms of goods and services. And if someone is rich, he deserves less of the income distribution in his favor. So government will provide him less benefits. The fairness means when whatever people are deserving according to their income, the government should redistribute income and wealth according to their deserving abilities. Like poor people are having less income, so government will take the taxes from the rich people and give it to the poor in the form of unemployment benefit, in the form of pension, in the form of other goods like education and health. So this will make the distribution of income more fair or equitable. Alright? And if we have the equality means what? Should we have the equal distribution of income in the economy, that every one of you, including myself, we should have the same level of income? No. This is not good. Equality is not possible that everyone should have the same level of income. It means that everyone should have the equal access to the resources to earn income. That resources are open to everyone to get benefit of these resources to earn income. The provision of resources like land, labor, capital, a person should be provided education, health facility. So this is his ability or productivity to earn how much income. Okay, the provision of resources to earn income, that should be equally provided to everyone. This does not mean that a rich should have more access to the resources rather than the poor. Usually we see that whenever a person is rich, he belongs to a rich family, he has more access to the better education system, more access to the health system as well. But a person who is belonging to a poor family background, he is also lacking good education and health facilities. But we see if they are equally provided to everyone, then this is the ability of the people, how much they will be able to earn in the future. Alright, so equality of income is not desirable that everyone should have equal income with other people. We mean that income distribution must be fair. Whereas the sources of income, how income could be earned, that should be equally available to everyone in the society or in the economy. Okay, in this chapter we are going to study what is meant by the types of equity and how government will be able to achieve equity, and if government is not redistributing income in the society, what will happen? That will increase poverty. There will be more income groups available in the country. That some people, a few number of people are having more access to the resources and they are able to earn more income, and others, majority of people are not able to have more income. So there will be a huge gap between rich and poor, and because of that poverty will increase. When poverty is increasing, it is bringing other socio-economic problems, like crime rate will increase. Government has to put in more law and order services in the economy. Okay, or different broken families will be emerging, like divorce rate will increase, suicide rate will increase in the society if poverty is not addressed properly by the government of a country. If it is left to the market forces, then we will have more presence of poor people in the society, and due to that poverty, many problems, the socio-economic problem, they are not only economic, the reason of those problems is economic, but that will cause many social evils in the society. Okay, first of all, unemployment will be increasing, and then poor people will be emerging, and then the increase in crime rate will be there. So this happens because we haven't distributed income fairly, and that will result into emergence of another problem which is called poverty. Okay, this is the main problem of the developing countries. These are the countries who are having less GDP per capita, and they are not having most of the people to enjoy a decent living standard. Okay, now what is meant by equity? I said it is called the fair distribution of income. This is the objective of the government intervention. Now it has two types. One is called horizontal equity. Horizontal equity. Do you remember what it is? And second is called vertical equity. Horizontal equity means what? Do you know? Suppose you people are earning the same level of income. One is the doctor, another is a teacher, another is a shopkeeper, a shop person. Okay? But annually everyone is earning 1 million rupees or 1.2 million rupees. That is your income level. So when your income level is same, you are equal in earnings. So you should be taxed equally. This is horizontal equity. The same amount of income is earned by the people. The same income group should be taxed by the same rate by the government. Alright? So equals are treated equally. Followed my point? Whether a person by profession is a doctor, engineer or shopkeeper or any type of occupation he is having, but whenever we see in which income bracket he or she falls, so those income bracket people should be having equal rate of tax. Equals are treated equally. This is called what? Horizontal equity, and they should also be provided equal types of benefits by the government, like in the form of child care benefit, in the form of pension, in the form of other things which government is providing to them. Alright, so this is what horizontal equity means. When equals are treated equally, this is called the fairness or the fair distribution of income, that they have to pay the same rate of tax and they will be provided the same types of benefits by the government. Alright. Now come towards what is meant by the vertical equity. We know that everyone is not having the equal level of income with other people. We are having the income groups. Some people are earning 1.2 million annually, some are earning 2 million annually in rupees, or more than 2 millions annual income. That varies. There are income brackets which are differing in vertical form. Some are richer and some are having lower income than those upper class and then the lower income. So we have different income groups of the people in the country. Those who are earning 1 million rupees per annum, they are taxed by 2% by the government. And those who are earning more than 1 million, like 1.5 million or 1.6 million, so within this income range, they will be taxed 3%. And those who are earning 2 million annually, they will be taxed 4%. So we see when people are unequal in their earnings, so they are also taxed unequal. Unequals are treated unequally, that is called vertical equity. Follow? High income bracket people, they have to pay more taxes to the government, whereas the lower income bracket people have to pay lower taxes. Higher income will pay higher tax rate and lower income will pay the lower tax rate. This is the vertical equity. When we talk about the vertical equity, government will use these policies in order to have fair distribution of income. So taxes are imposed rather on the basis of horizontal equity. The same level of income of the people will be taxed by the same rate, and when people are having different levels of income, so their tax rates are also different. Follow this thing. Now what is meant by the negative income tax? Do you have any idea about negative income tax? Negative income tax. What does it mean? Do you have any idea about this thing? When people are having lower income, like less than 1 million, so you can say they are not paying too much taxes to the government. But the benefits they are receiving from the government, they are more than the tax paid. Like a person has paid only 5,000 rupees annual income tax because his income was quite lower. He has only paid the indirect taxes. But the benefits that person has received from the government, they worth more than 5,000 rupees annually. Because he is provided free health facilities by the public sector hospitals, free education to the children, or sometimes a stipend to his children. Okay? In the form of educational stipends or in the form of health insurances. So what we see, his tax paid to the government is lower than the benefits received by him. So that means his income tax is negative. I am going to draw it. Sometimes there is going to be. Here I am taking income and here I am taking tax. This is 0. Now you can see this is the negative tax. Before this income level, please listen. Please, before this income level, what is happening? At this income level, what is happening? His tax paid is less. Rather, the benefits received by that person, they are higher. They are still positive. And after this, what is happening is tax revenue is going to be increasing by more rates. What happens? Now there is going to be a positive tax by the person, but before this income level, he was receiving more benefits than the tax paid. So the tax he was paying, that was in negative tax. Clear? Followed my point or not? Now another thing, we studied two types of equity, that is horizontal equity and vertical equity. Another type of equity is is also there, that is called intergenerational equity. Intergenerational, what does it mean? That whatever the income level we are enjoying, this lifestyle, this mode of earning should also be transferred to the upcoming generations. We should have fair distribution of income and wealth and the sources of income to the upcoming generation. It does not mean that we are having a higher living standard, but the upcoming generations will face shortage of resources and they will have a poor living standard, or their income level will decrease than the previous generation. So when we have continuity of the benefits or the incomes to the upcoming generations, that means we have the fair distribution of income not only for this generation but only for the future generation. But it will also be available for the future generations. So when we say generation after generation we have the fair distribution of income and benefits, then we say there is going to be intergenerational equity. Okay, the generation after generation we have more fair distribution of income and wealth, so that is called the fairness among the generation. It may happen that one generation has benefited in many things, in good transportation, in good living standard, good education system, good health facilities. But if the future generations, they all lack these things, so do you think this is intergenerational equity or fairness? That will be unfairness. That they are not enjoying even the same living standard as the previous generation has lived in. So we have to focus on these things in which we have fair distribution of income and wealth generation after generation. Follow my points or not? So today we studied about equity, equality and efficiency in a smaller amount, because previously we studied the types of efficiency: productive, allocative and Pareto efficiency. They were in detail in our previous lessons. I mainly focused on equity and what are its types and how it can be achieved, how government can achieve these types of equity. I will provide the solution in my upcoming lessons. What types of benefits government can provide. We studied the taxes in our AS level. That taxes are having different types: progressive taxes, proportional and regressive. So progressive taxes are used to take more taxes from the rich people and give it to the poor in the form of cash benefits or in the form of goods and services benefits. Okay, whereas indirect taxes, they are regressive in nature. They have more burden of the taxes on the poor people. So they will disturb equity, because poor will have more burden, so their income level will further decrease. Their disposable income will decrease when government has imposed more indirect taxes in the economy. So direct taxes will bring us more fair distribution rather than indirect taxes. Okay, so we will study the rest of the things about the fair distribution of income in our upcoming lesson, and then we will go for the study of poverty, how poverty will emerge and what are the different types of poverty and how this can be reduced in as the global perspective. Okay, so that's all for today, and tomorrow we will have the other things.